Has the time come to level up your Xenna robot to level 60? Brace yourself, fearless Xenna players, the new tournament is here. The RUDRA Challenge tournament won't be an easy ride, especially for newbies. Well, in fact, the newbies, sorry, cannot access this tournament, as only proud owners of level 60 robot can participate. But why are the restrictions so strict? Well, because you can earn one of the 100 legendary RUDRA robots and exclusive tickets for the grand tournaments. Yeah, the stakes are too high to ignore. Okay, first things first, the RUDRA Challenge tournament started on July 5th and will last until August 3rd, which means you have an incredibly limited time to participate. You can join daily from 17 to 19 UTC. Okay, to enter the tournament, you will need any robot at level 60, a tournament access card which you receive when reaching 100 cups. Plus, it can only be obtained on the trophy road. As you are free to use any robot, just check out our recent guide and learn about the best builds and abilities. Well, you will definitely need that. The tournament rules are, quite simple. Fight in tournaments and deal as much damage as you can. The higher your rank, the higher your event rating. You have 6 tournament battles per day. All battles require a challenge tournament ticket or an active challenge tournament pass. Challenge tournament ticket. This is a one-time pass for a tournament battle. They are specific to each tournament and cannot be used for different events. You can either purchase a ticket or win one during the base tournament. If you decide to buy it from the Challenge Tournament store, you'll receive 3 Challenge Tournament tickets for 180 GOR. Challenge Tournament Pass. This is a subscription that does not require tickets to participate in the tournament. Passes are also unique to each tournament and can be purchased. A Challenge Tournament Pass for 30 days will cost you 1500 GOR. Yeah, that's quite a lot. So, the tournament battles are held in the Overcoming the Limits mode. The number of robots is limited by the spawn cap. Once the cap is reached, any abilities that produce robots will no longer work. So, when you knock out an opponent, your spawn cap increases and you receive robots as a bonus. The spawn cap and bonuses depend on the type of robot, of course. So yeah, finally, we can test out Hades, Ares, and Goth in the tournament mode. However, I still expect most players to continue using Adam, as it is, quite rare for users to have a level 60 Hades or Ares. Or am I wrong? Now, I know that 100 RUDRA robots available make it ultra rare and hard to get, especially when you realize that you will need 1500 parts to just unlock it. Yeah, most users will compete for Grand Challenge Tournament tickets, but still, let's take a look at this Indian treasure. RUDRA is Xenna's legendary medium robot, or XMR, armed with 4 laser guns with gameplay based on 4 unique abilities. First, Inner Fire provides one of the strongest attacks in the game. Its activation takes time, forcing RUDRA to lengthen its routes on the map. However, for me, this ability sounds debatable, because we don't often build long routes, do we? Given that opponents will know about this skill, they will try to intercept units on the march, so it's quite difficult to predict the efficiency now, because only the game will tell. Number 2, blocking. Electrical discharge blocks the opponent's towers, temporarily disabling their ability to shoot. At higher levels, RUDRA can completely shut down opponent towers. Yeah, this ability sounds interesting, especially against Goth that depend on long barrels and heavy fire. In any case, the ability to besiege towers without taking pre-damage sounds promising, but not OP. Number 3, and I hope I say it right, Nataraja allows RUDRA to create its own copies and fool the opponents. And sounds like an absolute game changer to me, because the use of illusions is something new here, and it is unlikely that opponents will be able to adapt quickly. So capturing towers will turn into real mind games. Well, I think this is definitely meta. Number 4, and its third eye, allows one to see the opponent's invisible objects and avoid them in battle. The benefits are not so obvious because, well, right now, there aren't many invisible objects in the game. So it's difficult to evaluate its effectiveness so far. I think players will gladly sacrifice it in favor of the beloved speed module. Overall, exciting abilities, I'd say. Just like with XHR Hades, XMR RUDRA will be initially released with 2 abilities, so then 2 more will come later. Okay, can you win the tournament without our wise advice? Well, of course not. So GeekFi spent just days trying different tactics and builds and has some ideas about how to increase your chances of hitting that prize. So general tips, number 1. The most important thing is to eliminate your other opponents to increase your own limit of robots. At the start, the player can produce 600 light, 300 medium, and 200 heavy robots. But with each killed opponent, your limit increases. Number 2, capturing towers is secondary in the late game. Like, what's the point of having like 10 towers if you hit your production limit? And believe me, 300 medium robots will not be enough to win. That is why try to focus on reaching the limit in the early game and keep your troops in 1 tower. And number 4, don't be afraid to engage in battle with large squad of opponents. Well, it's just because at level 60, the generation of robots takes little time and the elimination of opponent will bring you more benefits. Okay, let's switch to XMR ADAM tactics. Number 1, the best combination is XMR ADAM armed with legendary hack and speed module. The third ability can be silent or mobile facility. Next, distribute as many talents as possible to Adam's leadership. This will allow you to aggressively attack the opponent in the early game, while capturing towers at normal pace. As your first ability, it's better to choose Hack, because your opponents will definitely take Hack and have the advantage, and you definitely don't want that, do you? Next, XLR GOTH tactics. An alternative to ADAM is XLR GOTH. And yes, you heard that right. The optimal combination will be heavy fire and long barrels. Thus, you will effectively defend your own towers. And you need to avoid fighting in the field, by the way. Playing for GOTH, you need to live long enough to get 2 abilities and not be eliminated by ADAM with the speed module. When leveling, prioritize leadership and speed to capture production towers at the early stages. And in general, I'd say you shouldn't hope for victory playing as GOTH, but you can still take prizes, which will be already an achievement. Okay, let me get this straight. I don't recommend using heavy robots because at the start, they are too slow and Hack basically neutralizes all their combat advantages. So here is the main question. Does RUDRA even worth trying? Well, let's be honest, not all participants will receive RUDRA. Even if you started playing like from the very start of the tournament, you need to take an average of 36 to 45 places to get the required number of parts. And yet, you need as much as 1500. So even if you succeed in this task, it's not certain that robots will still be available. However, I still think that you should be in that tournament. So let's do a math lesson again. The price of the Xenna Legendary Mystery Box containing the legendary robot is 1.1 ETH. So RUDRA costs around $2,000 at the current exchange rate. That is, playing Xenna, you can earn 1 ETH per month just by getting into the top 45 of the tournament. And in the future, you can sell legendary parts on the marketplace and cash out your own game time. So how about that? The next question is, should you buy tournament tickets? Well, it all depends on your skill. For example, for experienced players, like 1 or 2 fights are quite enough to get on top. And if you need more, just consider buying tickets. Even if you buy the cheapest G-War pack, you will pay about $5 for 3 tickets, and you can win much more. And of course, if your budget allows you to spend 1,500 G-War on 30 days pass, well, I envy you and certainly recommend you to take the advantage of this opportunity. Well, it just seems to me that having 6 matches a day puts RUDRA in your pockets almost instantly. Well, still not financial advice, guys. Anyway, I highly recommend participating in all events Xenna can offer. And yeah, you have 3 free attempts to get tournament tickets via Pan Challenge, so just use them wisely and you won't have to pay blood-earned money to access this RUDRA tournament. And yeah, if you still don't have a level 60 robot, then what the hell are you waiting here for? Xenna tournaments won't last forever, so catch this rare chance and grab some easy cash.